What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode. Well, not really an episode of the Minecraft Let's Play, but a Minecraft-related episode. And I just wanted to show you a couple little tweaks that I made to Gnembon's. You know what? We're going to go down here so mobs don't spawn while I'm talking. But a couple little tweaks that I've made to Gnembon's zombie reinforcement spawner farm. And you will see, if you come up right here, I followed, what was it? Dremasmith Dreams tutorial. And so the things that I changed were I added obsidian back here on the back wall of the kill chamber, and I'll explain why in a moment. That's for a macro. Got rid of this lower block right here and placed a water source, so that's one left of the 3-spot killing chamber. Got rid of this top block right here and put a top half slab, and then put a fence above a magma block next to a lava source right there. So this actually sits on top of one of the hoppers that comes along here, because there's hoppers inside these blocks. There's a hopper, or there's hopper minecarts inside these blocks, hoppers underneath. There's a hopper underneath that guy right there, which feeds into the chest. And the point of that is the mobs now will come down and get pushed either onto this far right block or on the middle, which will even out your drops into these two chests, which is nice, so you don't have one just overflowing with everything. And then, because obviously you can't split the middle one to go both ways, you have to either have it go into the left one or the right one. So the other thing is occasionally a zombie villager will fall down in here, and the water will essentially just, or a baby zombie, not a zombie villager, a baby zombie will fall and make it through and not get converted into a drown. And this water basically pushes them over and keeps them on the magma block where they take damage and ultimately perish. Now, another thing worth noting is, Dremasmith mentioned in her tutorial that, well, in the comments, not in the actual tutorial itself, but I figured I would tell you in the actual video here. Oh, here's one right here. So he's going to fall down, and because this is too tall for a regular drown to get under, only the babies go. See right there? Boom. And nope, you're gonna die there, buddy. That's the end of the line for you. So take your damage and bite the bucket. But yeah, so basically this is what this is for. So he'll yep, there he goes. He'll croak eventually. Now, another thing is during nighttime, you'll notice that this guy is not going down into the pit here, and that is because at night drown actually float up to the surface. So he is trying to stay up and is not going to let himself fall down into that. And pretty soon here, if we check up here, we got quite a bit that should be making their way in pretty soon. Super nice having free cam. I apologize if it's a little dark. I did not think to bring a potion of night vision with me, but you can kind of see here a little bit that there's quite a few, but they are not dropping through, and that is because it is nighttime. So as soon as the clock, which you can see above my item hotbar there, it's around 7, 8. These guys will all go right into the thing. And actually, we got another baby zombie, so let's watch. Come down here, and look at that. Worked right away. Gets rid of him. And he's taken care of. But as you can see now, the big one, this guy just happened to fall through, is blocked, so he won't be able to make it in there. So it only gets rid of the babies, which is quite nice. Now, up, yep, there went another one. So if we go back up here and watch for a minute, you will see the drown start to build up. And if we just give it a couple minutes here, which I may just speed up the footage so you guys can see, but you'll watch them all accumulate, and then right when the time down there, let's see, right when the time right here, it's about, 6, 7, 8 a.m. We'll have to see the exact time. But, yeah, they will all of a sudden just right in there. So I mean, the ones that get pushed, obviously, by other ones don't really count, but you can see these guys are just kind of hanging out here. And so we'll just watch for a moment. Oh, yep, there it goes. So 5:30, they all just immediately go right into it. So it does help if you are manually farming this to stay here and, you know, sleep when it becomes nighttime, so that they're not all just bunching up there, which can cause potential entity cramming and item losses when they do finally fall down. But the other thing that I wanted to go ahead and show you was a macro that I made for, I'm going to get away from this because it's super loud. So let's just come down here so I can actually hear myself think and talk. A macro that you can use if you have a Logitech G Series or a Razer product that allows you to program the keys, or you have extra keys that you can add macros to. So the macro that I did is basically, I will show you, you will come and you stand right here, and then I press my macro button, and it will wait. Well, actually, we need to go ahead and put that into the offhand. So yeah, you just wait, and I'm, as you can see, hands-free. So it's going to hit them 10 times with a long enough time in between for it to get sweeping edge strikes if you just mash right-click, and then it crouch. And then after the crouch, you can't tell, but it's actually holding right-click right now, long enough to eat 2 carrots, and then it goes back and does 10 more sweeping edge strikes, and then we'll crouch down, which is to get the experience to repair your tools. And then after the crouch, it would potentially eat. That way, if you get hit by thorns, or you start to lose energy from the attacking, it there, and see, grab the experience, and then this is where it would eat the carrot. So I actually turned off the macro there before it was completely finished, because, let me again go back down here to talk. So the thing with the macros that you do have to take note, and I will show you how to make the macro here in just a moment, is when you start the macro, it will keep going, and then when you turn it off, it will finish the macro cycle that it was on, which is why we start with holding right click with food in our offhand and the sword in our left hand, and then you hold, right click long enough that you could potentially eat 2 or 3 of whatever your food source is. That way, like I said, if you get hit by thorns, or since you've been there for so long swinging, your hunger goes down, you don't starve to death at the farm, right? So basically, it tries to eat, and if it can't, you just stand there, and then it'll swing 10 times, but timed appropriately so you get the sweeping edge strikes, and then after 10, you crouch down, and that kind of just updates it so that the experience will flow under the slabs and to you, and repair your tools. That way your sword won't break while you're doing this. And then the obsidian is back there just in case you do the auto clicks a little bit too fast, so you don't accidentally break through the wall. But as you can see, this thing is just going ballistic. I'm just going to sit here and let them gather up while we... Actually, no, we're going to pause it. All right, so minimizing this, or rather opening the Logitech, I'm going to be showing you with the Logitech software. So let me go ahead and just do that. And then Minecraft, we're just going to, quit out of this for the time being. Okay, so now here we are on the Logitech G, and I'm using the Logitech G Click, or the G915 wireless keyboard. Again, like I said, this will work with Razer Synapse as well. A little finicky in Razer. I'm not, I was having some issues, but basically you create a macro. So what you'll do is, if you're using either the Razer or the Logitech, you'll come up here and you'll click macros, create new macro, and then basically you'll just name it auto clicker, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to do auto clicker example and hit enter. And this is going to be a toggle macro. So we'll click that. And then for start now. So basically, we're going to click start now, record keystrokes, and then you're going to press and hold right click. And we'll give that, keep holding it, you know, long enough. Munch, 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 burp, munch, 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 burp. Good enough. And then left click, wait a sec, or right, yeah, left click, wait a second. Left click, that's 2, wait a second. Left click, that's 3. Left click, 4. Left click, 5. Left click, 6. Left click, 7. Left click, 8. Left click, 9. Left click, 10. And then you're going to hold shift, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then stop recording. Then you will come up here and you can make sure that it is on toggle and save. And then you can go ahead and assign it to whatever key. Like I said, I already have it on this one. And then you're good to go. You basically hop back in, you'll hit your macro button when you're standing in position, make sure that you have your food in your offhand and your sword in your main hand. Make sure you have a good amount of food and you should be all set. So that is how you make a good AFK macro. Like I said, your rates will drop every 10 minutes or so because it's nighttime in the game and all the drown are trying to go to the top. But, you know, if you're away from keyboard, it doesn't really matter if you're like leaving this overnight or for a couple hours while you go to the store or something. This way, you won't die if, like I said, you get hit by a drown happens to have armor that has thorns on it, or, you know, you just start to get hungry for swinging so long, then it's great. And then the crouching, like I said, is so the experience, if it's not making it through, you crouch down and it'll come under the slabs and repair your tools up so you don't have to worry about your sword breaking. And that is pretty much the extent of the macro and the modifications that I made. So originally, like I had said before, this was a Gnembon farm design, and then I finished or followed Dremasmith Dreams tutorial for how to do it step by step, which was incredibly helpful, and then did my little modifications as I showed you. So hopefully that's helpful for you as well. Like I said, it was great for me. I've gotten a decent amount of copper doing it and tested it, and it seems to work great. Just the one thing to remember is when you start a macro, even if you toggle it off mid macro, it's not just going to stop. It is going to keep going through doing those macros until it finishes the actual macro. So if you're having it left click stuff, you want to wait and make sure that you don't start swinging again after you turn off the macro. Otherwise, you're gonna like be randomly clicking stuff, and it's a bad time. Took me a little bit to figure that out myself, but as always, thanks for watching. Hopefully this video helps you out. If it did, go ahead and toss me a thumbs up. If it didn't, well, it should have, but if you want to be a Debbie Downer, give me the thumbs down. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any other cool videos like this. Hit the bell button so you're notified every time a new video comes out. Check me out on Twitter, Twitch, and Patreon. You know, the usual spiel at Iggy Haxer. We'll see you in the next video. You have a great day. And, yeah. Bye-bye.